Welcome everybody to another episode of Fun with Dumb, and we're here. Beautiful day outside. It feels like summer actually. And today we have a very special guest, one of our big brothers, an OG in the Los Angeles scene of sorts in music, food, fashion with his sunglasses now.
Fashion.
Well, there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, I was like, damn, 2 seasons in a show. He wears sunglasses to a podcast interview. What the fuck is going on?
Come on, bro.
But his name is Roy Choi, Chef Roy Choi to be exact. So, how you doing, Roy?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good to be here.
Hi.
Hi. Good to be with you for the first time.
You know, you have a great head of hair. Like every time I've seen you in the past, you have like a beanie or a hat on.
Yeah,
that's true.
This is amazing.
Well, this whole look today, thank you for the compliment, but this whole look was in honor of Rick. I tried to
Let's go.
I tried to be a Rick bootleg for this podcast, so
nice.
hence the sunglasses and the hair. And then with my luck, which is always the case, he doesn't have the look. I was gonna do turtleneck and everything.
I was dressed him as a Timberland boot today.
Yeah.
You know, with no glasses.
He usually does.
I went
Exactly. I was like, does Timberland's clothes, they only sell the shoe color of the boot? Like,
or a boot,
you are the boot.
Yeah.
You are the boot.
The construction.
But Roy Choi, there's a reason Roy is here, because he's on a press tour right now for a brand new season of his Broken Bread show that is on KCET.
Yeah.
He has billboards all over Los Angeles right now, and it's crazy. Like, they really went in on that budget this year. What happened?
They pay me. They put that money into billboards.
Season 1, I saw like one bus stop. This time, it's like everywhere.
It's everywhere.
What's going on?
It.
Today's price.
Yeah,
Yesterday's price.
Yeah.
I have no idea what happened.
They went crazy.
They didn't tell me anything, and then all of a sudden I woke up and there were like 45 billboards
So
all around
great.
LA.
Insane.
Let's go.
I
bro.
love seeing an Asian familiar face everywhere in the city.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's great.
It is. It was nice to. I was pleasantly like.
That's
look at
it right here.
There
It's
it
the
is.
billboard
So
right here. I
good.
really love this graphic
That's a
too.
great
Actually,
picture.
they really killed
Thank
that.
you. Shout out to the photographer Audrey Ma. She shot that on the episode that we're actually showing tonight.
Wow.
It's an episode on Latino culture, and that was shot at golden hour on the top of Elysian Park looking over Dodger Stadium.
It's beautiful.
That's what's up, man. I always say, with the Latino community, Roy has a lot of clout. I've always felt like I had clout with the community, but then a new Korean came along and took over all the clout in Los Angeles.
Stop saying clout was such a hard T, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let it rip.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I feel like we've talked about this before, especially with the food truck culture of things. We talked about it back in the day. Like, it had kind of like a bad rep to most people, like when they would have like nicknames like Roach Coach for like a food truck, right? And that was so crazy.
Like stomach aches was synonymous to food trucks.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
The word diarrhea was used a lot.
And that was
unfortunately.
so whack that like we would call these places, and people would eat there. We would eat there, and then it would just have this terrible nickname and shit. And I think that culture has shifted around a lot now.
I think that I'm not a musical or a fine artist, but the way that I try to present, I guess my form of art is I try to express things that sometimes a lot of folks can't express, maybe because of language barriers or because of being shy or whatever the case may be. Us as cooks and chefs, we don't really have like a verbal voice. The stuff that we present, you eat it and it's gone. So I always try to, do things, for people that can't speak up for themselves.
Yeah, that's what I always loved about your brand, even with Kogi Truck. Like, you really shed a light to all the food truck industry, and not just yours. You know what I mean? And giving credit where it's due, because like really growing up in Los Angeles before the wave of like the way you opened it up, and there's all these like grilled cheese trucks and all this. It was like Latino cultures, like tacos and burritos. Like, those are the OG food trucks, really.
Yeah, those and the blank white trucks. I don't know if anyone's seen those around LA, if you've been in LA, but those are the ones that supplied all the construction sites. So you have those, which are called loncheras, and then you have the taco trucks.
With the blue thing going up and shit. That was
You
the
made it really
OGs.
cool. to eat out of a truck.
We were in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
You know, all this happened in 2008.
Yeah.
Right when, you know, at this time it's so weird because at that time the iPhone just came out.
Yeah.
Twitter just came out.
Exactly.
That's
the
true. That was the
economy
wave.
crashed. It was really a crazy time. You know, it was a transitional time. And yeah, Kogi was just in the right place at the right time.
That was the crazy Twitter wave. It was like a thing where wait for the tweet.
Exactly.
The tweet comes on and they know
The
you know where they're at.
locations.
And then you go there like within a minute of the tweet and there's a fucking line around the block. You know what I mean? Because for a long time I was even trying to just eat it, and I just every time I get there it'd be like too late, and it's like the line's too long and shit. You know, and I was like,
It's like
what are they doing? Just standing by? Like, how the fuck do they know already?
And
That's
it was
crazy.
the time of like planking and flash mobs. And no one knew what Twitter was for at that time. You know, it's weird talking about it now, but no one, because we're just coming off of like MySpace and Friendster and all that stuff. So like people didn't really understand like directional social media of like, you know, like actionable social media. Up until that time, it was just sharing stuff.
It was a big scavenger hunt era.
Yeah, big scavenger hunt.
The whole world was just a scavenger hunt.
That's what it was.
It's interesting. It's like a limited edition almost. It's like the drop, right?
It was
It's
the
only
drop.
at the moment, so you have to go, or like almost like even a live performance kind
Were
of as an
you
artist.
in LA at the time?
I was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
She's
grew
from
up I'm
Torrance.
from Torrance.
You're from Torrance.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
one of our biggest stops.
Yeah, I know. All my friends
at
would
the
go out there.
Toyota headquarters,
Yeah,
right
I
by the
know.
Alpine and Toyota headquarters. Like when they would close, we would go, and no one's around.
Yeah.
So we would just fill that whole street with like thousands of people.
Oh yeah,
That's
a lot of
Yeah.
Koreans out there in Torrance.
Yeah, you know, I gotta ask you, just talking specifically about Korean food, and you know, because I've been watching so many of your appearances, and you choosing kind of like what dishes to introduce in this show or that show. Like what are some of the dishes you feel like that have already become mainstream Korean food? And the one thing I talked about with another friend was like thinking about like what the next thing is, right? Because we've had the bibimbaps and we've had the Korean corn dog made a huge wave last year.
Come on,
Come
bro.
on, man.
Right? It was like,
You guys
bro,
like those?
I don't
Let's be
like
honest.
it.
Yeah, fuck that.
I don't like it.
I don't. It's
like
a
it.
very confusing. Cause I get it though when you taste it, because it's like a donut on the. You like it? Yeah.
It's crunchy and chewy on the outside. It's like
I'd rather have a hot dog on.
I'd rather have just
I mean, yeah, okay, all right, I agree with that.
They are okay. I knew it got out of control when I see. Okay, they put it like a donut on the outside, right? That's okay. I get it. Like it's sweet on the outside. All of a sudden, the potatoes. Chill, bro. Chill on the potato clusters. I'm like, this is a foam roller. What is this? I'm eating a foam roller. But I don't know. I know that's the huge thing. I think Instagrammable foods become so popular.
Nah, you're right.
You know,
For sure.
And I don't know how you feel about that wave and the balance between the food being good and Instagrammable food.
You know, it's weird with like Korean culture. It's weird because we have these like dichotomies. We have like K-pop and then like rap, you know, and like street culture and like what we represent, and then humor and all that. And then with food, you have these like Instagrammable foods, but you have like real Korean food that people really love. And I think barbecue is still king for people that aren't Korean.
Yeah.
You know,
For
galbijjim and kimchi, they can't get enough. I've been saying galbijjim and kimchi for 13 years and they still can't get enough. Like I've been making the same fucking recipe for like every demo and it's still like brand new.
It's just simple, right?
Yeah,
It's
so
like
simple, yeah.
stick to the basics, you know. And I was just kind of thinking about like, what would be the next kind of big food? Every year there is something, right?
Can
It's
I
like
say what I think it should be?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it kind of is in K-Town. If you're in K-Town, is galbijjim. I think it's like people don't really know about it across the U.S.
Well, it had that moment with the flame torch
Yeah,
and the
this-
cheese
the-
and
yeah.
all that.
But
But
isn't
I
that
think it
in
was a little
LA?
too much because they serve it too big. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
It's
very
they need to
aggressive.
figure out a way to take the pizza and make a slice out of it. You know, and because not everyone can go in and pay $90 for that thing.
Portable.
The portable version.
It's
you know?
always- As soon as that flame torch comes
Yeah.
out, everyone's like, hold on. It's like they love the
Exactly.
flame torch, but I don't know if I like what we're doing with this cheese thing right now in our
cheese
culture
thing.
right now.
No,
Yeah, the
what?
cheese and
crazy.
Kalbi thing, I never really. There it is. I never really got it.
But that's a very LA thing. I think if you're not in LA, this isn't popular, right?
They do it with tteokbokki too, right?
It's for the visual element because the cheese just melts so nicely and there's a stretchy element. That's like the hot dog thing too, right? You stretch it and there's a mozzarella thing. But
little hot take, okay?
Okay.
So after the cheese melts, right?
Yeah.
And everyone has their couple of bites. It hardens up so quick.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, it hardens up so quick, and then it just becomes just this mound that almost gets in the way of everything else.
It's like chewed gum.
It's like, oh my gosh.
Well, we have the word nukia in our culture, which clearly explains that. But do we? What is nukia again? Like,
Nukia
let's
is
explain
more
that.
like oily. That's more like
Heavy.
When it's too much of
that's
one
bloated.
thing,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
like it's hard to.
Nah, but that one is just
heavy.
unnecessary.
It's heavy greasiness that you feel after you eat some sort of fast food or something.
No, but you're right. I do believe that the next wave should be the braised.
Right?
I like that.
The braised.
It's delicious.
So
soft,
It's one of the best Korean
Maybe if we
dishes.
can add noodles to it and make it like a beef noodle soup, like a Taiwanese beef noodle soup.
Wow.
And make
Noodles
it
to
like
Galbijjim?
to Galbijjim.
Yeah.
You know, like a thick noodle, like a kalguksu Galbijjim collab.
Oh my god! Yo.
I feel like when Rick has sex, those are the those are the words that come out as dirty talk. Galbijjim.
Did not kill it for any of us.
Who's having braised sex, whatever that means. But yeah, that's maybe we invented something right there. We'll try it out. Maybe it's not going to work, but we'll give it a go.
I've been a fan of your progression in the food world.
Let's
you know,
go.
like you're representing.
trying to think what
You're not cooking, but you are now you're taking over the mantle of my role, where you're introducing Padma to Koreatown, and you're like you're like the bridge now.
I will
which is
say
amazing
that
on the food.
Do you feel like he's copying you? Be honest. Is that what you're getting at? Did you
okay,
see
first
did
of
you
all,
see him in LA Times food? Like he's on
I know
the
he's in LA Times
Did you see
food.
that?
I'm not gonna lie, it did hit me in some type of way when I saw Dumbfoundead in the food section.
that
of
was
LA
okay.
Times.
That was like a multiverse situation. Where I ended up on the cover of the food section of the LA Times. Even during the photo shoot, I'm like, why am I here?
His photo was like this.
But to be fair, it was about ordering takeout.
Yeah.
But I guess even when you order takeout, people expect you to kind of know food a little bit.
You think you'll master takeout? You know, there's an art to takeout too, my guy.
Oh, there is. Remember I told you this on another episode of the
little
pod.
customization.
When I customize my order, I feel like I'm a chef. Extra garlic on this.
You're like, yup.
They did it. You know, it's just having a ghost chef.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But that's very fitting to you because it's authentic to you as a person because you don't cook at home. You eat like 99% of the time you're eating at home, it is takeout. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I would say I order 98% of the time. I don't know. There's you got sent your package to make food.
Oh yeah, the cheesy
High Note.
High Note. Yeah.
Tell us about High Note real quick. This is a new service or something?
That's a project I've been working on for a long time. It's one of those projects like you have like an open folder in your computer. You don't know if it's ever gonna get to the finish line.
Right.
Yeah.
And this one started like 5-6 years ago. It ended up evolving, and now it's become this flavor company where we're taking the old like gravy packs, the Lawry's gravy packs, or the taco mix packs, you know, or the meatloaf packs, and those things, and really kind of like, you know, modernizing them with all natural ingredients, no fillers, no preservatives.
Like higher end, more.
It's not really high. Yeah, it's a little higher end, but it's really more about like making it clean. As far as, and then taking new items, because if you look at that packet aisle, it's all the same foods always. It's always taco mix, gravy mix, mashed potato mix, and whatever, and we're just adding new flavors to it.
Yeah, it's like the era where our parents were so busy, and then they like throw one of those in the seasoning,
the hamburger helper era, that stuff. So this packet is you open it, you throw it in the pasta and mix, and you're done.
It's Korean, like flavors.
No, it's cacio pepe, the first one.
Cacio, I see.
That still sounds difficult.
There is no.
Open, dump,
and
stir, tear,
pour.
Yeah, but I need to do the noodles too, right?
You need
You're just
to
gonna
cook the
leave
noodles.
that out or what?
Yeah,
I mean, come on, Roy.
You know
You need to cook the noodles. Yeah.
What do you mean? Come on,
I-
Roy.
okay, yeah.
What more do you want?
What more do you want?
Well, okay, no, because
I brought you to the water. You just gotta drink it.
I taught you how to fish. Now go to the lake and fish.
He's like,
No, because like for some reason when I see Roy, like, you know, he's done these festival things now where he's cooking with like an artist on stage, and he always chooses like something simple so everyone can kind of like pick it up. And I'm still like, shit looks hard, like, because he's like putting still like mad shit in the ramyun and shit, like the noodles, and I'm like, it looks great, but still like, yeah, that's okay. I need 4
What
things.
can you cook? Like on the honest level, like can you cook a pack of ramen? Like, can you take it from A to Z?
I can cook a mean.
Let's just start there. Can you take a shin ramen and go from?
I will say I used to even, you know, one thing I used to have problem with making even instant ramen was the water level.
Water level.
I fucked up the water level a lot.
indentation is on the fucking styrofoam.
No, the water level sometimes it throws you off. Tell me you guys have not fucked up on the water level before.
On an instant
ramen.
I put
Not in a
less
cup,
water.
but you know the packs where you put in the bowl. Sometimes you put too much water. Sometimes you put too little water.
Right.
You have never messed up on that?
I mean, yeah, of course I have. Like early.
Yeah,
But
early,
know,
yeah.
But
Elementary school. Yeah.
Do you, when people cook for you, do you think you're like more of a complainer? If someone made you ramyun and they put too much water, would you complain about it? Or you just
I wouldn't complain about it, but I would notice. You know, I'd be like, "There's too much water."
No, there was one time I made one for him. You're like, Ricky, look, it's not hitting as well. It's not. Is it not a little bland?
he's in that to me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Do you? Actually, do you complain when other people cook for you, and do you just kind of like suck it?
I
up?
always have a disclaimer when people ask me how the food is. So I have a disclaimer of, do you really want me to tell you, or not?
Okay, hold on. First of all,
Oh.
no one likes hearing that.
Yeah.
Do you really want me to tell you? That hurts even more. Like, that's a terrible.
It's a terrible
You
disclaimer.
already know what's coming.
I need a new disclaimer. I'm gonna tap you guys for it, but it's the worst.
That's the answer right there. If he says that, it's like,
yes,
got it.
Yeah.
Like I fucked
Wait,
up.
let's see this picture you just.
because the one thing is,
put it on the screen.
I'm very honest about food.
What is this
Oh,
here?
look at that.
That's
the
cool.
measuring cup.
That's a
Is this
cool
a product they actually made?
I
Oh, you
want
have
one of
this
those.
exact thing?
This is so
Wow,
cool.
I didn't even know about this.
You look like that kid.
Yeah.
When your hair's
That
down.
logo is actually kind of cool,
That's a
though.
cool
Yeah,
logo.
with the color, the
Yeah.
little line at the bottom.
This is dope.
Yeah,
That's nice.
so,
Cop that right now. But without cooking, you actually do have a good palate, though. You're very critical about food, right? You notice things.
I am. Well, I'm critical
Fucking
about
annoying,
everything
dude.
with no expertise at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
That's my thing, I guess. Just having an opinion on everything.
Yeah, you have an
with
opinion on-
nothing to really bring to the table, or you know.
Man, you bring a kimchi chicken out for him, he's
Uh-huh.
like, he's smelling it, making sure it's all right.
Even for a guy who's been in Koreatown his whole life,
Yeah.
like my friends ask me about spots, and I still don't have the best.
What is annoying to be the person that people call you specifically to always
know.
ask?
They-
Well,
yeah,
right?
they ask-
You probably
yeah,
are that
right.
They ask
person.
us for all the time about all the shit,
Yeah.
all the spots, you
Yeah.
know? I mean, it's like every time there's a tour of Koreatown with some kind of press outlet, they always call Roy, me, or like
Right.
Toki Monster or somebody that could take him around. Like, we did a thing with Giada, right? Like a couple years back,
Yeah.
5 years ago or something like that. That was cool. He invited us to a spot called Super Chip, an OG spot in LA.
OG.
And Giada was out there. That was like a Food Network thing.
Right.
And then when Roy got tired of doing that, I just took
Yeah,
over
he
pretty
took over.
much. Roy's like, I'm actually gonna pass on this, but I could totally refer a guy.
That's funny.
Oh my god.
But
When
that
did
was-
you guys first meet? Do you remember?
I met him at one of the like Asian galas, you know,
Oh, that's right.
that happens many years ago. We've known about each other, and
Yeah.
he was serving up tacos there at the event.
Right.
They had him like his company sponsor the food, so I'm there. I go up to him, yo, I just want to say what's up. He's like, yo, what's good? Glad we finally met. This was like, damn,
2011 maybe.
probably almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, it took until 11, but I had known about Dumb before that. All you guys
Right.
and early Asian rap, because I've always been a fan. So I was on the internet, but then I would always like when Kogi came out. It's kind of when you and Zoe started going out. So places we would go, I would see like the next night you two would be performing. Like I remember the first time I saw your name was on a flyer for the Abbott Kinney Festival.
Yeah,
like 2009.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, 2009, and it was Dumbfoundead and DJ Zoe, and we were serving on Abbott Kinney at that time.
And I remember I was doing a show at the Knitting Factory, and he pulled up backstage with burritos in his pockets.
Oh, yeah.
And like a hoodie like that, and he had the burritos right there in his
Right
front
here,
pockets.
the
And
pouch. Oh my god,
That's amazing.
that was really
Fat
cool.
joints. Fat
Yeah,
joints.
and I was like,
Yeah.
you just carry burritos like that?
Yeah, I used to
I was like, you really do this?
I would carry like at least 9 burritos.
Yeah.
Because I would hit the bouncers on the way in.
Damn, so
Yeah.
that was like that's really cool that was her
Hold
thing.
on, is that a move?
That's
a move.
definitely a move.
It's a
That's
move.
huh?
Yeah.
Like, yo, I can't get in the club. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A big fatty.
It was also like, okay, we get it. You're the burrito guy.
Yeah, you're the burrito guy.
Because he just had it, like, but that
Yeah.
is kind of cool to just mob around
That's
the city,
cool.
Yeah.
and that was your thing. You know, that's really cool.
I mean, that was just a OG showing the young pups some
no,
love
everyone
over
appreciated
there.
it. No one's gonna be like,
Yeah, no.
like,
I mean,
no
for
thanks.
us, it was so perfect because we're, green room status. You know what I mean? We're starving, getting a little bite before the meal. I mean, before the show, and then stepping off, having a burrito
Yeah.
presented by Roy Choi.
I
Come
still
on.
say burrito to me is like top 5 foods of all time.
Over taco.
I've always been more of a burrito
Yeah,
guy
I
than a
think
taco.
burrito.
Have you been a burrito guy? Or
I
two?
think burrito is. I mean, I think as far as like if there were like a whole list of quotas of things, I
Right.
think ultimately a taco in the moment is better, but
Yeah,
I think in the long game a burrito wins.
it,
for sure.
it encapsulates everything.
Everything.
it's
yeah.
the most convenient food too. It's
And
like one of the
it's-
most convenient things to eat.
Yeah.
most convenient.
You
And
has
slide
its own- it
down.
has its own
You
to-go
slide
bag.
down the aluminum foil like
Yeah.
some panties.
Yeah.
But I always keep my half of the aluminum foil still
Of
there.
course, of course.
I like to put a napkin around the aluminum
Wow.
foil because sometimes
Yeah.
the aluminum
The oil
foil
drizzle.
gets
Yeah,
greasy. So
yeah.
I always have my thing. I put that. Some people take out the whole aluminum foil.
Yeah,
I've always been a
I'm
halfway through.
down.
Napkin around it. Boom, I'm ready
Yeah.
to
But
go.
is LA about burritos? I know we're about tacos, but I never hear people talk about the burritos
the
out here
burritos.
as
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Is
And
that's more of like a?
It's
I
a stone,
see.
and it's much more stony to eat a burrito than it is like a taco.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
But what is it like? A San Diego have good burritos. I know they do, and I heard San.
So they
I-
like
Francisco
to
too.
say.
I heard San Francisco has some good burrito spots. I haven't been.
Oh man, me and my Bay Area friends go at it all
Yeah.
the time online
Hero
about
and all these, yeah.
about San Francisco burritos, and yeah, they have good burritos up there.
but where in LA do you get a good ass burrito?
a lot of places,
Any place you get a taco.
lot of
Yeah.
places,
They
yeah.
make them into burritos, yeah.
If
And
you
they're
can-
so good.
If you can get a good taco, they're usually like they have a version of that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But burritos are definitely a different thing.
But you know the burritos that you eat here are nothing like the burritos you eat in Mexico. Have you-
I've never had a burrito. in
Burritos,
Mexico.
burritos don't actually even kind of exist
Exist,
in
yeah.
Mexico.
It's not. It's
not
yeah,
a-
it's two different things.
They're
right?
two different things, yeah.
I heard the
But are
tacos
there
are
like
amazing.
a rendition of the burrito in Mexico?
No, ours, the big fat burritos
Yeah,
they
yeah.
eat with two hands, like
It's the American
they don't
ones.
have it. Yeah,
Wow.
I don't even know if they even call them burritos
Yeah.
in Mexico.
I think it's more of a
I don't
taco.
know, maybe on the chat y'all will know, but I think they're just called tacos.
Well, the reason why it's called a burrito is
Yeah.
because it's burro, and that means donkey. And back in the day, like the donkey used to carry everything. So, so the burritos, it's like it carries all the different flavors in there. I don't know why. I just read that like a couple months ago.
Yeah, that sounds like some shit I would do when I'm fucking high as fuck.
yeah.
Why do they call it a burrito? While I have a burrito in one hand. Are you a green sauce guy or a red sauce guy?
I'm a red sauce guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
The day.
You know,
You like to mix it?
I like a mix, but
I like
I,
the
if I
mix.
had to choose,
If I had
I'm
to
a red.
choose, bro. For
Yeah.
sure.
I love the green. I
The
don't
verde,
know.
you're-
I know. Like the red is the classic.
Yeah.
But I love green.
But there are two
Anything.
greens now. There's the
Mhm.
avocado green,
Right,
and,
right, yeah.
and the
I don't-
tomatillo green.
That
yeah.
avocado green kind
Yeah.
of seems like BS to
No,
me.
I
I feel
like
like
it.
it's like a watered down.
It's not real avocado, you know.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. That's
What the fuck
you
is
knew.
it?
It's like
I
a
knew.
powdered squash.
I
or
never
something,
looked at
yeah.
the avocado as
Yeah.
a sauce, really. I saw it more
No.
like a extra
Yeah.
side dish or ingredient or
Yeah.
something like that.
It's the
Exactly.
creaminess. Like it's like maybe to the sour cream.
But I will say this: when you get like a wet burrito situation, or you know when the sauce goes on top, like
Yeah.
a enchilada situation, I feel like I have to go with the green because the red is a little bit overpowering.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a wet burrito with the red is
Mhm.
like that's gonna fuck up.
Has
stomach.
anyone ever eaten a wet burrito with their hands? It doesn't, it doesn't happen, I was just thinking about that.
If you're a maniac.
crazy.
You might be a psychopath.
Holy shit!
If a homie ordered a wet burrito, this sounds like some
you did.
shit. This sounds like some shit Rick would do. He would just grab with the cheese just going through his fingers, like
Holy
oh
shit.
my gosh.
In front
That's
of Fat
crazy.
Buddha in LES in New York, there's a place called Zaragoza. Do you remember that? So like when we get drunk at Fat Buddha, then go across the street, and they'd have a wet burrito option where they'd color it like the Mexican flag. So they have the verde, you know, the cheese, and then the red sauce.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just picturing me picking that up right now and
That'd
eating
be
it.
insane.
That's some psychotic activity right there, man.
I will say
some psycho activity.
I cannot eat a burrito without rabanos on the side, which is radishes. You know what I mean? The
All right, bro, life flex right now.
well, no.
With the ramanos.
I always love it as like I think it's the kind of the Koreanness too. Like you love to kind of
the
break
kimchi,
up it's like our kimchi, you
Right.
know. But I always like dip it in the hot sauce, and you know I always need it on the side.
And it's so funny because it's a lie to ourselves. We think dipping it in the sauce is gonna make it like a little bit more flavorful. The sauce you lick up all the sauce and it's just a radish anyway. You know what I mean?
I just like a little bit of a crunch and a
it's
crisp.
a texture
You know,
thing.
yeah, it's a texture
It's
thing.
definitely a texture thing. Do you like the pickled jalapeno and carrot?
I do, dude. I do.
I love the taco trucks that have that.
I do.
Where they like diagonally cut the carrots. I mean the peppers, so it's just long, like exposed slices. Oh my god!
When they got their own little salad bar with the the onions and cilantro, but that's what I'm saying about the LA burritos that I like is the simpleness of like you just need the onion, cilantro, meat, rice, beans, and salsa. You go to SD and it's like, what is going on in my burrito?
Fries
What in the world? Like, got a
100%.
milkshake in my burrito? What the fuck is going on?
And if you go to San Francisco, it's sushi burritos. It's like, what is going on?
I'm just saying, y'all are doing too much.
Nah.
You know. But yeah, Kogi, I still fuck with Kogi. You know, I've said this sometimes. You've heard me say this that I'm not a huge fan of like fusion a lot of times.
Yeah.
But I would say Kogi, I do like Kogi. Like Kogi's one that I was just like, for some reason, it just tastes like still like
There's
not
the authenticity
too.
in there, though.
Yeah, not too fusion. It's just like it just feels like that's how burritos are or whatever. It's just I don't know.
I mean, Hyung, you have to understand. I mean, sorry, my bad. You understand that like this kalbi marinade is the secret little like cutting the corner to fusion right now. You know what I mean? You add a little bit of that kalbi marinade to like anything. It's like, oh, Korean sauce, you know? Like that's what it is. The sweet and kind of like not even spicy, but just like that bulgogi.
There's something that
cream
just
barbecue.
But that in the hands of the wrong person, which is mostly in the hands of the wrong people, it's too sweet and it's too syrupy. The key to Kogi was balancing that with acidity, with lime juice, rice vinegar, a lot of herbs and things like that. So it's really, when a lot of people get their hands on the Korean marinade, they think that that's the only way they can go with it, and it becomes too sweet.
Very true.
Is there a new marinade that just hit the shelves or something?
Yeah,
what
we
is that?
at Kogi, we have our own sauce now.
Yeah,
it's at Costco. We just
that's
made it to
new
Costco.
too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
So a brand new Kogi so that's the recipe you use for the Kogi.
Mm-hmm. And it's all bottled up, and you can just pour it on. You can do whatever you want with it.
I saw you were on your little Costco tour too.
Yeah.
Hitting all the Costco.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Damn, bro. How does that must have been a big move.
It
that
happened by chance, and I'm sure you guys experience this too as artists with fans and stuff. Like we weren't even looking at going to Costco, and then I went to my restaurant, and at the bar there was the #1 Costco buyer. He was eating at the bar. He saw me walk in. He was like, I'm a huge fan of Kogi. If you ever want to put anything in Costco, like, I'm your guy. You don't have to do anything. I'll make it happen. And that's how it happened.
So you just
Because otherwise, if I had pitched it to Costco, we would never be in there, you know?
Wow.
Interesting.
So sometimes things happen like that. Yeah.
So you just met the dude and you had the recipe ready and you're like, let's bottle this.
Let's bottle it up and let's go. Yeah. And now we're in California, Hawaii, Nevada, and Arizona. And it's like in a test thing right now, and if it does well, it's been doing well, thank you all for supporting it, it'll go nationwide, you know.
And I think that's just a testament of just like, yo, you do good will come to you, you know what I mean? One thing about Roy is like he's been giving back to the community so much. He's been just doing the things in the shadow, things that people don't even know about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like one of the things that people don't know about is like every month, like he'll hit us up, like a group of us that like he kind of mentors and stuff, and he'll take us to like a super nice restaurant we've never been to and just like have a dinner and a catch up, like mental health check-in.
Literally, just an older brother like breaking bread with his homies.
Yeah,
like that's crazy. Like the Hyung dinner.
We call it the Hyung dinner.
Men, huh?
No, it just ended up that way. It's called a Hyung dinner. It could be called a Hyung Oppa dinner. If we need,
I'm trying to tippy toe
I'm in the corner like,
we almost got canceled for no reason. But yeah, it's good. He's been doing that for like the last year. The pandemic kind of slowed it down. We got to pick it up. It got a little bit slow.
Wait, I wonder if that sauce is gonna become what the new teriyaki. Like it could become as classic as like a sriracha or like a teriyaki. You know, like America, I grew up like it's like teriyaki.
Yeah,
this can be the new basically the new teriyaki.
That's a good point. I definitely think about that, but the way that I believe that those things happen organically is you don't force it. So you just try to continue to find avenues to put them into people's lives and then make sure the product is always great. And hopefully it catches on and then it just naturally becomes what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at this. This is the bigger one. Oh, there's multiple
things. What the heck?
Well, we have like 9 sauces.
Weapon.
But
like
but Kogi, the one at Costco is the first one, which is the Galbijjim one.
To the right.
But we have other ones too. These are at Smart. We have 4 of them at Smart and Final.
Yeah,
what's like the one do you recommend that Galbijjim one as like the first to try?
That's the classic, right?
Yeah, they're a little different. The Galbijjim is great because you can use that for barbecue and marinade, but then you need like a sauce, or our salsa roja is really good.
So salsa is to dip it in, or
or like put on top.
Even put on top. Okay.
And then we have like a soy garlic teriyaki, which is our secret weapon, and that's like you can put like on rice,
Come on,
or on stir fry and make like a stir fry with it.
Yeah.
Even with the secret weapon, I feel like I'm gonna fuck up. Yeah. This is my secret weapon. How'd you fuck that up, bro? Yeah, no, it's congrats on the sauces. That's fantastic. You haven't cooked with it yet, right, Rick?
I did. I made some chicken with it before.
Yeah.
Remember he bought some for my.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're 24 hours up with them. Yeah.
Huge joys. I'm not gonna lie to you, I couldn't go through all the sauces.
Yeah.
But you know the one I spilled live on? Yeah, I killed that.
Oh yeah, you did spill some on the thing.
That's my secret weapon, bro. You know.
What can we expect on this new season of Broken Bread?
Man, we definitely invested in making a bigger show. Cinematography wise, music wise, Dan the Automator does the music on it.
Let's go.
We also storytelling wise, but I think the big thing for me personally is I try to be a better host. I'm a chef. I'm just a Hyung here in LA. I'm a really quiet guy, normally, and I'm not a performer like you guys. It's not my natural state of existence.
But you've had so much experience now over the years, kind of being thrown into it, and
but I've still. I guess the way I can explain is I've still kind of always had one foot in, one foot out.
Right.
Because like I've always remained. Because being a chef, we're kind of like blue collar. We're like carpenters or like mechanics. Like we're always like, nah, I'm a chef, bro. I cook first, and then this is what I do on the side. Right. And people roast you in our industry when you do entertainment.
Like, oh really?
Yeah, they're like, oh, your hands are soft now.
Hollywood ass fool.
Or chef, can you still do that? Right. Is you sure you want to get in?
They almost want to test you too.
They want to test you.
Yeah. Guy Fieri ass fool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're always like, no, man, I'm still a cook, bro. Like, I got this. And then so I've always been kind of one foot in, one foot out. But this season, I decided to just go all the way in. And those are things like with your acting, just knowing where the camera is, blocking, knowing what level of energy. Because for those of you that don't know, what you may think is hype energy sometimes is not in front of a camera.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
That's very true.
You have to be very, you have to kind of bottle that energy and know how to push it into the lens.
It's like the camera puts on 10 more pounds.
Exactly.
It's like the person, it does that for your personality too. You
got
to
throw it on.
Or...
And so I really tried hard on that, being a better interviewer, fully immersing myself. And then I think the topics are really great this season. We cover each episode covers really, really heavy topics. Like tonight is about the erasure of Latino culture within America. Next episode is on gentrification. The episode after that is about a place you know very well, Lamert Park.
Yep.
And the threat of it not being a black neighborhood in 10 years. You know.
Damn.
And then
I mean, it's changed a lot to that community. It's crazy.
The first episode was on the restaurant industry and what you know, the pandemic did to it. Second episode that just happened last week was on you know, the one thing a lot of people don't realize is that we're losing our seeds. And I know that doesn't sound too sexy, but it's a very dangerous situation if corporations own all the seeds. Because what will happen is they will engineer everything we eat, then they will control us like androids, like a science fiction movie. And it's really through food where they would do the most harm.
In that episode, because I checked that one out, the lady that was growing the seeds, right? That was so interesting. It's stuff I never think about, because in that episode you talk about like the Korean like perilla leaf, which I didn't realize how important that was to us, like keeping Asian American culture alive too, and Asian culture. And so, like, I didn't even know there was a woman up there doing that. You know, like.
And what's great is that great. I'm glad you saw the episode. What's great is these seed protectors. They're kind of like, they're like underground battle rappers. You know, like in the world. Like you have these huge corporations which are like labels, and then you have like all of these seed protectors that are trying to protect the culture. And they're doing it with no money, no backing, no nothing. They're doing it just for the sake of it.
It's literally like some revolutionaries, you know, that are like in Terminator, like the underground rebellion.
For sure.
It's
like,
totally like that. And they're just all, you know, like just really wholesome, amazing, geeky nerds like us.
Yeah. She said something really interesting. She said like something like seeds control the food industry or something like that. And I didn't even think about.
Oh, she said if you control seed, you control food.
Yeah, that's insane to me, because I never think about like the beginning of something, right? Like that.
Yeah. I'm like, what seed does burgers come from? You know, it's like
sesame seed. We had it is a wholesome argument on that episode about Chamoe. Do you guys like Chamoe?
Yeah, and you hate it.
I hate Chamoe guy.
I'm not a big Chamoe guy.
My mom would always bust in my door with Chamoe. I'm like, come on, Mom. I'll take apples.
And they never bring one; they bring the whole box.
What's the English word for Chamoe? What is? Do you know? Oriental melon. I knew I didn't like this for a reason. Look at this.
There it is. Jesus.
Wait, does it really directly translate to Oriental melon? Fuck? No one. You see, that's why we called it Chamoe the whole time. We didn't want to call it Oriental melon. Oh my Lord!
I didn't know you mentioned something that was controversial to me. You said that you eat that with the outside.
That's how you're supposed to eat Chamoe.
I never grew up eating it. Did you guys?
I didn't. Did you really eat it outside?
You eat the whole thing.
Man, no.
Yeah, you eat
wow, that's hardcore, bro.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I never liked it.
Maybe your parents did. Like, your parents tricked your ass, bro.
From the beginning.
I don't know, man. But my grandma would say, you know, the inside it has like that membrane with the seeds.
Oh, I eat all that.
She said if you eat that, it helps you with like, you know, HRSA. Like if you have HRSA, maybe you have
diarrhea.
You could eat it with the middle though. I know
need
that.
it with the middle because it's too bland without it, yo.
But it's supposed to help with constipation.
Yeah.
This is the
Asians are always
so those
like
of you that have never eaten this fruit, this is the most underwhelming fruit
in
the world.
Don't.
That is you know what? But you know,
I was kind of angry when you said that. I was like, what?
No, I'm telling you right now, a lot of Koreans. I guess it's half and half. People do like it too, but I've never been a fan of it.
Right.
You like it?
You know what it is? It's like church people love bringing this shit
over
for like a housewarming gift. It's funny because everybody is like,
yeah,
it's never like, oh,
like you couldn't get the Asian pear.
Yeah.
You could have paid $10 more to get the Fiji
get the
apples.
Asian pear, bro. You brought a.
But that brings us back to we have the Oriental melon and the Asian pear.
The Korean pear is just a magical, beautiful fruit.
Come on,
ridiculous. That pear is like, and they've gotten over the years even more fancier with the packaging on those. Have you seen that?
Come with its own turtleneck, bro.
It does.
It has double D.
Individual sleeve for each on a golden box.
And bitches are getting bigger too. Yo. Each box is 3 of them.
How about the other popular Korean fruit? The orange
persimmon.
Persimmon.
You know, I'm not really,
Persimmon. I eat persimmon before I eat an Oriental melon. I'll tell you that. Right? What do you think?
My grandmother, while she was watching Korean dramas, she would just massage the persimmon in her hand like this to soften it up.
What? Right.
You know those soft,
that's right.
like just warm. So I remember it was disgusting. After she squeezed
mushy
it,
or what?
It's mushy and warm because of the skin. And
this right here.
And she wears Carrie lotion, so like the lotion like rubbed on.
Which one did she do? Because there are different types.
Oh, there are, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one right there.
That's the one.
That's the one. As soon as I put it in my hand, it pops. And
that's the hachia, right? The hachia.
This is another popular.
If you eat that wrong, have you guys ever had that like raw still?
Yeah, it has that weird.
It's not ready yet.
Acidic.
It's almost like the texture in your mouth, like it's gritty, kind of like spinach.
That's right.
When you eat spinach,
the texture,
and it's got that grittiness. It's like an intense version of that.
Do we all agree though? Fruit's better refrigerated or no? You like it cold?
Yeah,
or
I like it cold. I mean,
I like it everything cold, dude.
You don't like
Fruit's better cold.
Fruit's better cold.
Yeah.
Shout out to fruits.
Shout out to fruits.
Yeah, they really are
now
great.
We know.
What are your level? Like, I don't really know your level of cooking. I feel like I've never really seen.
Well, you talk shit about my ramen cooking. I've cooked for you.
So you guys don't cook for each other, or?
He's
cooked for us. Mm-hmm. I've never really cooked for anybody here.
Hey, there's a time he did cook for me. Do you remember that? And I was like impressed because he had made fried rice.
So kimchi fried rice.
Kimchi fried rice with an egg. When I came over, he had the fried rice with an egg already cooked on top of it. Like it's like weird. It was already prepared. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And then I was like, this is delicious, quite delicious. And then literally like a week later, he asks me, he's like, hey, how was the And then I'm like, wait, I thought he cooked it.
Well, I didn't expose it.
Okay, he helped me on the side while I was touching stuff. And
I was sous chef.
But apparently him and Rek helped cook kimchi fried rice.
Hey, teamwork.
Like, isn't that like one of the easiest?
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes.
That's how I see it.
But you guys, it's the perspective. It's also like, oh, that's cute. How like he wanted, his homies to help him.
Yeah, I feel like you made you made a good kimchi fried rice when there's just sesame seeds on the top, right? That's like a kind of over the top extra.
I can give you a hack on how to make kimchi fried rice. If you don't have like all the steps, it's just add ketchup. It pulls everything together.
No, that's true.
I swear to God,
that's true.
It's like an rice. It becomes like an rice.
You're right.
But it masks all of the things that you missed. And all of the holes that you have between starting and finishing. It just pulls, pulls it all together.
I mean, that was one of my favorite like home cooked meals growing up, omurice. Where mom would do the little fried rice, the egg on the top, and then just ketchup on the top.
Yeah, you know what omurice is, right? Like what that word is?
Omelet rice.
I didn't know that.
It's the Japanese, the bansu.
Omurice.
I remember my mom would put the little ketchup with a happy face or something. Did she do that?
I love
you could tell how your mom was feeling that day by the ketchup just happy face.
If
it's just a line or what? Yeah, if it's just a line, she's mad.
She's just like STFU. What the fuck is going on, mom? Shit, you trying to tell me something?
Oh my god.
I'm curious about some of the food questions we get. We'll get to some of the questions and hit us up on the Discord as we line up some of these questions. You have a real life chef in the house today.
Yeah, do you mind if I play a little? It's just one or the other. You know what I mean? I'm gonna throw two things out, and you tell me which you like better.
Okay.
Vienna sausage or Spam?
Spam. Vienna sausage needs a comeback though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was strong in the 70s and 80s.
With the toothpicks.
With the toothpicks. Out of the can.
Yeah, always been way bigger on Spam than Vienna.
But Spam,
it's
bigger.
Never been close to me.
Spam is too unique. There's nothing like Spam. Vienna, you could get those little hot dogs.
The texture of Vienna was always too soft for me.
But after a while, I fell in love with that for some reason. How it kind of granulates in your mouth, like something about it.
I do think the packaging and the romance of the Vienna with the toothpick in the can, and the liquid still there.
Yeah.
The romance. I've never heard anyone talk about Vienna sauce.
I get it though. I get it.
Jesus.
But
he's definitely a food personality. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
Oh my god.
But who eats Vienna sausages besides Koreans and spam? I wonder, like, who eats spam and Vienna sausages besides Asians and Hawaiians?
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, people would throw that in a pudet chicken. Would you throw a Vienna sausage in a pudet chicken? You would, right?
Yeah, you can. When you go to a Korean barbecue, when they ask you what kind of soup, kimchi jjigae or doenjang jjigae?
Well,
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, it's always kimchi jjigae all day, every day, but it's more complicated than that because some places aren't good at kimchi jjigae.
Yes.
And it's very hard to make kimchi jjigae really good. So then doenjang jjigae is very easy to make.
Wait, do people really fuck up more on kimchi jjigae than
doenjang jjigae? So if you go to all you can eat Korean
I did not know that.
I would choose the doenjang jjigae.
Because you have to understand the mass-produced kimchi jjigae, I think for the like the giveaway soup, it's always either too watery or just way too like salty.
I did not realize that. I always
I didn't think about
for some reason I thought doenjang jjigae was just as hard or harder.
I don't like when doenjang jjigae is really thick. You ever have it like where it's like kind of like almost like viscous?
Yeah, I mean that's when you dip a little bit. I mean you kind of pour on your rice and you mix.
And that's where doenjang jjigae has its lane. Is the cheap doenjang jjigae is better than like the real good ones. You know, like the real funky thick like good doenjang ones are never that great.
Let me ask you a question. What's your favorite banchan?
Banchan
is side dishes for those who don't know, and Koreans have like 35 dishes every time. But
I would say my honest answer is that's probably my deepest where I go deepest levels. I like the guts. I like the chokka, you know, like the fish gut, the marinated fish guts, and the octopus and the squid and the clam.
Oh, okay. So like the seafoody side dishes, or what are you talking about?
No, they're it's the funky stuff where they take all of the little clams or the guts or the small baby
shrimp tits.
Yeah. They have it at BCD. BCD surprisingly has it.
They only give like this much on top of like a lettuce.
And you're supposed to put a little bit on the.
You literally take like
super salty, right?
Like a centimeter's worth.
Right.
Yeah. Those to me are the best when you add water to your rice.
Water rice. Come on.
Where it kind of you taint the water. Yes. You know, you're like whatever, it's fine. And then just the saltiness and when I eat rice with water, I could eat a whole fucking.
That's like a peanut butter jelly sandwich. That's all you need, just rice, water, and
the little guts.
What would you compare that to? Like, far as that experience of that dish to maybe an American thing, because it's like sometimes it helps you digest too. Like it's like a post meal. I don't know what I would compare that to.
It's like oatmeal.
Oatmeal?
No, not really. I guess.
You're talking about nudeongji, like. Right?
No, not nudeongji. I'm literally
water
talking
rice.
about just water with rice.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it just breaks it down. When you do that, the rice is not sticking. Each grain is just floating by itself. You know what I mean? So when you eat it, it's just easier traveling.
I'm not sure if there's anything relatable in westernized food like that.
Yeah,
maybe a cookie. Y'all don't eat rice, maybe like
I have
Chewy Chips Ahoy or something.
I've always wondered what our relationship. I think this probably is a Korean American thing. Is like when you go to a restaurant, we get potato salad as one of the side dishes. Like I was wondering like when that got introduced to the mix, because it's just straight up potato salad. Sure. That's not even
in Hawaii. There's the mac salad, right? Like the macaroni salad.
It works, I guess, with all the other dishes.
That might be related to the army influence and stuff.
Could be. Yeah, that's a good point.
I honestly think it's like a thought that the Korean restaurants implemented. Like, we need something to fill these motherfuckers up with. That might be it too, You have all the kimchis and all these nice and the guts and all that. It's like, throwing some potatoes. Throwing a little bit of mashed potato in there so they don't ask for seconds and thirds.
Is that in Korea or is that only in America where they have that? Like...
No, we've seen it in Korea too.
You know what I find so interesting over the past few years when we had these huge Korean phenomena on TV shows and films, it introduced like a big food item. Like when you had Parasite, that ramdon.
Oh yeah.
Everyone started making the steak pieces with the ramyun and chapaghetti.
Yeah.
And then Squid Games introduced dalgona. The
candy,
the sugar pastry thing. You know what I mean? And it just like spread like wildfire. Every restaurant was serving it.
Let's go in on Squid Game. I thought that shit fell off after episode 6. have you guys covered that?
Wow.
Have you guys covered that yet?
I mean, people had different opinions, but it was definitely when I first saw it, I thought this was something different.
Yeah, up to 6, I was just like at the edge of my seat. And then once they introduced the American dude, like it was over.
Yeah, not only that, I hated the ending.
I hated the ending.
Okay, I would say it felt cheaper when the American dudes showed up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because the acting and they're all horny for no reason. You know, it's just like they're doing too much. But you're right. Like it's something. The quality of the English was like too much. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, we're gonna take some calls right now, guys. We got main course. I don't know if that's his main name or he switched it up for the occasion. Yeah, what's up, main course?
I called in before actually, and my name last time was actually Golden Bear Showers, but I switched it because just some stuff happened. But hey, it's nice to call in on the podcast. I saw you on or I'm talking to Roy here, I guess. I saw you on the thing with Jon Favreau. That was really cool.
Yep, the chef show.
Chef show, huh?
Yeah, it was sick. I was calling in because I wanted to share. So I went to Banu last year, which is owned by run by a Korean guy,
Corey Lee. Shout out to Corey Lee.
Yeah.
He's the best Korean, not just Korean, but probably one of the most accomplished and technically adept chefs in the world.
Crazy.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like, it was the most amazing meal of my life. It was probably just every course, minus the xiaolong bao. I'm actually Chinese, so I will say the xiaolong bao was just kind of like a xiaolong bao, but I might be kind of biased to Chinese. But it was amazing. And he actually opened up a new restaurant, which I'm going to in SF, Sam Ho Wan. I'm from Sacramento. So I'm hit it up in like 2 or 3 weeks. And their whole gig is that they do K barbecue, but they do it on lychee charcoal, like lychee tree
charcoal. I don't even know what that
is.
The
lychee tree wood, yeah.
Wow.
That sounds like Corey, what he would do. He's like an audiophile in music, you know, like they use the most rare equipment to make the sound. That's what he does.
I was blown away. I'm so looking forward to it. It's going to be, I think, amazing. Yeah, but mad props to, I mean, I haven't been to Kogi, and I think it's like one of the things that you have to do when you're in LA. So maybe next time I'm in LA, I'll stop by wherever it's at and try and find it and visit.
Yeah.
Nice. Little known fact, before Kogi, I was a chef in Sacramento. When I had a real job and everything, you know.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, at the Embassy Suites Hotel on Capitol Mall, right there at the river, at the Yellow Bridge.
Right so you lived out in Sacramento for a bit?
I lived in Sacktown.
Wow.
Yeah, 916.
Nice. Shout out to Sac.
Shout out. Yo, thanks for calling, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course, man.
So there was no question.
Yeah, it was just a lot of props.
Yeah, just a lot of
putting us onto some restaurant stuff. That sounded really interesting.
Yeah.
I was gonna I just thought of something because I remember last time, a few episodes ago, we were talking about food, and I asked Alex like what his specialty was, and Alex said he cooks a mean spam and eggs, and I want to talk to you about this, Alex. Put your camera on you real quick.
Whatever happened to spam and eggs? The parties, they're gone, huh?
Yeah, but we're trying to bring it back. Okay, that'd be fun. Yeah.
I actually brought a picture.
That's you. That's spam and eggs?
This is spam and eggs?
Is that ketchup on there?
The only thing that's missing is salsa. I was out of salsa. So
that looks pretty good.
Actually, I did want to ask you.
Yeah, let me talk real quick.
Before, but like if I make like tacos or something, I'll do like I'll put kimchi on and then put salsa on top. Have you ever done a kimchi salsa?
Oh yeah, like our vinaigrette at Kogi is kind of a kimchi vinaigrette salsa for sure. Yeah, because all you have to do is puree it.
You think you just invented the kimchi salsa? He's been doing kimchi salsa 10 years. 10 years.
But like with like the sauces in Costco, like if there was gonna be something like that.
For
people to.
Okay, yeah. A serious answer to that is we have them all developed, but the problem is a lot of those are not what's called shelf stable. So right now we're introducing all our shelf stable ones that can live outside of the refrigerator. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But we have the other ones that need to be refrigerated, and those are a little bit harder in retail. You know?
That makes sense because kimchi is fermenting when it's outside. So there's unless you.
Let's go back to that. Is that your food?
Yeah. So I was confused by this because he says he uses 14 ingredients for spam and eggs.
I see cheese, eggs, ketchup, salsa, rice,
a couple different sauces, some pepper,
gochugaru, A1, and tapatio.
Where is the spam? Is it under there somewhere?
So I like cube it. So it's first
you cube
like
it.
rice and then that like furikake topping, the rice topping, and then the spam goes in after that's been cooked, and then the eggs has a bunch of grease.
Well,
Sounds
I bet
good.
it looks horrible, but I bet it's delicious because it's all the things that I love. But
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
yeah,
it's interesting.
okay. Next time you make it, call me over. I can help you with the presentation a little bit.
The last part is
You want to go into his house, the Korean Museum of Historical Artifacts? Jesus.
What's that? Is that a taco?
Oh, there it is.
the bastardization of
That's the kimchi taco.
Wow.
That actually looks kind of good.
It does. Do you put sesame oil in there?
That's a fat taco.
So you can get store-bought out the store, and then I'll do the tortilla in the juices, and then the cheese so it melts, and then the meat, and then
Wow.
the kimchi on top. Oh, salsa in there too.
Surprised you cook.
That
like,
looks,
like
that looks
actually
good.
cook.
May I give a couple pointers?
Yeah. Ooh.
Cut your nails first.
Yeah, cut your nails. Wash your hands. Flour tortilla instead of corn tortilla. Was that by choice or? Try it with a corn tortilla and try chopping the kimchi up a little more, so it becomes like cilantro onion, and then even give it like a little bit of like caramelization where you put it in the pan and cook it down a little bit, or just even if you want it fresh, but chop it up a little more.
Why corn tortilla?
For that LA kind of taco.
Oh, I see.
feel,
I see.
yeah.
Okay.
But it looks good. That looks a lot better than the.
You just got these in your email? Like, why do you have these? Who are you sending these to?
He was ready. He was getting ready for it.
The last one, that's the Foodie jigga. I just throw a ton of different stuff.
I already see.
I
I
could
could already
feed
points. I could
the
already. I
noodles
can give you
or-
advice on
or-
this one.
That's too
go ahead. No, that
overcooked
one-
noodles.
It's a little dark.
Also, it's surprising to make pudetjjigae by yourself because I always think of it as like a family style eating situation.
Pudetjjigae for one is not a
Yeah,
it's not a thing. Yeah.
That's just a very lonely situation there. Okay, all right. Well, there you go.
He's like, I didn't.
This is in
We're
the
not shaming
Alex's
you.
spam folder. No pun intended. Okay, all right.
Wow.
All right, guys.
Wow.
Let's take a call. We got Hannah on the line. Hannah. Hannah.
Hello.
Hello, Hannah.
Hi.
Hi. I've been listening for about over a year now. First time calling. Just
Ooh,
wanted
thanks
to
for
say
calling.
hi. I noticed that Roy Choi was on, so I was like, I really gotta try to call in today.
Well, thank you.
Hi, thanks for calling.
Hello. So I do have a question for Roy regarding recently I watched your episode on Selena and Chef. How was that whole experience?
Oh yeah, that was great. It was technically it was weird because it was at the beginning of the pandemic, so
Right.
everything was done
Right.
virtually. So
Yeah.
and there was no pre-production to it, and there was no like prep to it. It was just like literally I turned on the TV thing, and Selena was on the other side, so I had to get to know her like in the moment. And
That's cool though.
And virtually, but it was cool. It was really.
I saw at the end like Taylor Swift made a cameo and like met your daughter.
Yeah, I brought my kid with me.
She was truly like
yeah.
flushed and like she was excited. It was
freaking
so
out,
great.
Yeah. Because that generation, Gen Z, grew up on
Right.
Taylor and Selena, so it was a big deal. But it was really great. She was so sweet, and I was so happy that she went for it like all the way.
Yeah, true. I think she's developing like another season or so on HBO as well, so that's really cool for her.
And my recipes have a lot of ingredients, and I was just like really like impressed that she
How she could like keep up with you too in like real time.
yeah,
That was really
in
cool.
real time and all that stuff. Yeah, she was cool though.
Damn.
Another thing, this is my first time calling, so I was wondering if I could get a minority report.
A minority report. This is a thing. Have you seen this part of the show? Yeah, like callers asked to guess their ethnicity by their voice.
Okay.
Yeah. This would be far more problematic if they didn't ask us to do it. But now we got into a safe space for this. All right.
Steph, could you come up with a quick phrase for her?
I love kimchi jjigae, but I haven't tried it yet.
I love kimchi jjigae, but I haven't tried it yet.
You have a really good voice.
Yeah, that's a good. Her Korean.
African American.
Wow. I thought she was black,
I'll say she's black,
but her
or
kimchi jjigae was really good
Latina.
pronunciation. She's half Asian, half black, half Korean, half.
That's
black.
very specific, right there.
I'm gonna say that.
How about what are you gonna say?
I think she might be Korean too,
You
bro.
think so?
Yeah, I could kind of feel that.
I don't feel Korean.
I don't either. But when I said African American, she went, "What?"
You did?
Yeah. Filipino maybe.
Mm,
I'm gonna go with Latina.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, so I'm half Chinese and half Vietnamese.
Wow.
I
wouldn't have called
in
that.
Torrance.
Whoa, T-Town.
Yeah,
No one says that.
I grew up like down the street from Torrance High.
No.
You got a really great voice.
Yeah,
like I would say
do.
in Korean we call it like a shonan voice.
Yeah.
It's like a refreshing
I went to West
voice.
High.
Oh,
a bunch
okay.
of my classmates were all Korean, so I
That's-
picked up on that lingo.
That's like the rich Torrance
Do
school.
you sing?
Yeah.
That's like the
Are you
nice.
north, south?
I went to Torrance.
You went to Torrance
Like
High.
just
Yeah.
Torrance High.
I feel like you'll body karaoke. Like she has one of those like.
Good. Are
Yeah.
you a good singer? Yeah, you seem like you'd be good at singing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, thanks for calling,
Thanks
Hannah.
for calling
Appreciate
in.
it.
Appreciate
Of
you.
course, thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
You too.
Thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't have called that one to be honest.
That was a hard one.
Yeah. We got always Sangry Carlos.
Or always
Angry, yeah.
Sangry.
I was thinking of sangria. I was like, always sangria, Carlos.
Carlos, ¿qué pasa?
Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
What's up, bro? Cheer
I'm a
up.
big fan of both of you guys. I really love the pod.
Thank you.
Even though Tiger Belly bites the hell out of your show. And
Wow.
big
Well,
fan
they
of,
would say it differently. But what's on your mind, man?
What's up, buddy?
I'm a big fan of Roy and all his work. I love the first season of Broken Bread, and I picked up the Kogi sauce at the Van Nuys Costco just last week.
Oh, that's
waiting for my girl
dope.
to
Yeah,
try it
that's
out.
great.
Have you used it yet?
No, my girl hasn't cooked it with me, so I'm looking forward to it.
Nice.
Okay.
My question, real quick, is just I was wondering, K-Rage days, if you guys ever had a situation, whether it was you or somebody that your friend or whatever, where they would act up or act crazy in the club or at the bar, you know, always trying to start trouble. If you ever had a conversation with them or your group of friends, where you want to let them, where you feel like you shouldn't step in, you should let things play out because they need to learn.
A lot of
they can't always be
Chevy
acting a
Blazer
fool.
days?
Yeah. I was that friend that people needed to talk to.
Were you? Did you have a lot of rage back in the early
No,
days?
I was cool the whole time because I'm one generation ahead of you guys.
Right.
Like I'm looking at that chase. That used to be a club called Juliana, that building
Back
on
in the
fire.
day, yeah, back in the day, yeah.
But I would, and you know where Scala is used to be Bohemian.
Yep,
And that was
yep.
all our hangout spots. And I was cool all the way till the end. And like the last year of my partying days, I was just an asshole and piece of shit. And like, but I made it all the way almost to the end. But I was that guy that needed talking to at the end.
Oh,
I burned a lot of bridges.
I was a non-confrontational guy.
Yeah.
But
sounds
I
like
would
this
say
question-
people always wanted to fight, and you know, because I think if you're like kind of like different kid growing up in K-Town too, that wasn't like the other Korean kids, like, you know, and then obviously I'm getting into like rap and battle rap.
Yeah.
You know, they're always critiquing and shit, and they're like, you don't sound like Puck. It's like,
Yo, always angry Carlos, man. You should definitely pick up Roy Choi's book because he definitely does touch base on it. I started reading it again just because when I was moving, I had nothing else to read, and yeah, just picked it up again. It's fucking phenomenal. He'll tell you a lot of stories, karaoke stories. There's a few joints that you should pick it up for sure.
But it sounds like this question, are you asking this question because you need to talk to a friend that is wilding out right now?
Yeah, it's actually not me. That's just
that was the question. Yeah.
It's my friend that a group of us guys are deciding whether or not we should just
sometimes intervention you just got to do it.
Yeah,
you got to pull them into a room and you all just like circle around them and check them
for sure.
Sometimes that's what it takes.
Because you let that go, then sometimes the person who's making the mistake, if he's oblivious to him making the mistake, he's just gonna keep doing it. It's gonna piss you off more, and it's just gonna further, create that divide in your crew, bro.
Definitely seen Rick choke out a few people.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is church. Stop.
Have you guys ever had to check each other in the crew?
Rick's went crazy at me a few times.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
But and you know, we're not gonna get into detail, but I was slipping the past couple weeks for a few things, and I got checked by Dumb the other day, and I love that. Like, we need to be able to have fun and like laugh and joke with each other, but also like take admonishment with honor.
And you got to not be defensive about the kind of feedback you might be giving somebody.
And we have to, it
comes out of a good place, so you got to
real brothers check each other, bro. So Carlos, don't be too angry when you check them, but you know what I'm saying?
It does say you are always angry.
He's always angry.
I guess except right now, you seem pretty chill. But thanks.
All right, I'll try to chill.
Maybe he
much
needs
love,
to be
Carlos.
the one to be intervened.
All right, no doubt, bro.
I appreciate that. We got Alec. What's good? We'll just take a few more. We don't got to go all the way through.
Alec.
Yo, what's up?
Hi.
What's up, man?
What's on your mind?
So let's see if I can get a minority report.
You absolutely can. You absolutely can. You're Korean from Boston.
Whoa.
That seems very specific.
No, not Boston,
I think he's Hispanic.
Hispanic.
I do. I never met a Korean Alec.
Yeah, Alec.
Have you met a Korean Alec?
It's like a white, very.
That is very true. Actually. That is very true.
I've never met a Korean Alec.
Yeah, I don't think Korean parents could even say that.
Alec. That's when you mispronounce Alex. That's how they. Alec.
Alec. What do you think?
If I give my location, could that be a little curveball?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
You just doing me a
From
curveball with that.
Minnesota.
Oh,
Mong.
Vietnamese?
Nah, I think
It is a curveball. So I'm giving that as a heads up.
I'm gonna say Hmong. No, there's a
Nah,
huge
but
Hmong.
the Hmong would be a straight fastball. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. Straight into the catcher's
okay.
mitt.
I don't think a Hmong would name their kid Alec.
Yeah.
Alec is a different thing.
Yeah.
That's like that's a cul-de-sac name. You know what I mean? I can at least say the avenue. That's a. You live in a cul-de-sac, huh? I don't know.
Wait. I want to say. Let's give him a sentence. I can't wait to try this marinade on this steak.
I can't wait to try this marinade on this steak.
I'm gonna say Vietnamese.
Or
name an atmosphere song.
Right. Okay. Now I'm totally confused. Now I'm gonna say white.
I'm gonna say black.
You say black?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm feeling
Black. Okay. How about you?
I said Vietnamese.
Okay. What are you?
I'm half white, half Taiwanese.
Wow.
When he said Taiwanese, I heard the Taiwanese.
Completely.
I didn't hear any Taiwan.
I heard the Taipei in him.
Wow.
Nice, nice.
Well, I was gonna say that in Chinese food, pretty much, there's a thing called shifan, and it's like a rice porridge, pretty much what you guys were talking about before.
Like kanji?
Yeah, it's kanji.
I got you.
And I don't know, they eat that a lot for like if you're sick for breakfast
Yep.
or something.
Yep.
Put like pork floss in there. So I don't know how much overlap there is with that with Korea.
No, we have that too.
Yeah.
But I would say
too.
kanji is definitely more bigger in China than Korea, right?
Yeah.
But we're not talking about porridge. We're literally talking about water on the rice that's not like cooked for a long time.
But if you heat up that rice with water, it will slowly become into porridge, which is chuk.
Right.
But
that's not what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, we're on different goopy levels.
Yeah, I think Koreans are the only ones that do this. Literally, it's hot rice and you pour like lukewarm water over it. It's like pouring
it's
you
like
stuff a glass
cereal.
of water. Yeah.
It's Asian cereal. Asian cereal. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
is it used to clean out a bowl almost to like get rid of all the little? Because that's what my grandma.
Yeah,
did
that's true.
At the end.
Prosperity thing and all that.
For sure.
Pork floss is something I don't think I could ever. It doesn't go far beyond the Chinese community.
It's the little strands, right?
Yeah.
Is it the strands?
It's the strands of pork.
Yeah.
Dried pork. And yes.
You know, anything strandy like that, unless it's like shark fin. You know, like shark fins. I can't do the little strands.
I do really miss like New York Chinese food, Kanji Village, and it's so good.
It's good.
Is there good Chinese food in
SGV? I'm not on them like that, but you know that's where it's at.
Right.
You know, we got to do that. Maybe we'll do that next time. That could be fun.
You know what I mean? Hey, Alec, thanks for calling in and giving us another terminology like that.
Yeah, actually, I have a few more questions.
Oh yeah,
sure.
Real quick.
Got a notepad or what? All right.
When you guys put on your pants, do you guys zipper then button or button then zip?
Ooh, that's a good
I
question.
button and zip.
You what?
I button and zip.
You button and then zip.
And then zip it.
I zipper and button.
I think I button and zip.
Really?
Yeah.
unbutton and zip. This is like the ramen noodle,
packet.
Well, Rick always leaves his fly open. Actually,
Yeah,
you don't
actually,
even
I let
zip
it breathe
it.
Do
for a
you
little
use
bit.
the pee hole at all on the
Do I
pants?
use?
That's
No.
actually a better question.
Yeah.
When you take a piss,
Do
do you
you
just
use the zipper?
unzip
Yeah.
just for the peel, or do you unbutton?
Yeah, I'm not
and
gonna
take
lie
the
to you,
whole-
bro. You know what I've been doing these days? I've just been pulling my whole shit down. No, like I've been pulling my boxes and pants down to my knees.
I had
and
a
just kinda
feeling
like,
you were one of those because
Yeah.
You remember that was always that one kid in
Yeah,
school. You go to
school.
take a
Yeah,
piss,
hands off.
and he had the pants out to the.
Yeah.
Like, who taught you this
I
method,
know.
bro?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been on that wave right now, dude.
Well,
You know?
Why is it that when you guys have boxers or briefs,
Yeah.
there's that little hole? Do you actually use it when
Well,
you
that's
get
the
to
question.
your
supposed to. Yeah.
Technically, so you're supposed to pull the zipper down and go into the hole and open.
That's so
Yeah.
much harder. That has to be harder.
You can use
time
one hand though.
consuming.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you have that option.
Oh, is that what it's for?
That's what it's for. The businessman. Oh, that's
just
what
so
it's
you
for.
could hear what Alex just said. It's when your shirt's tucked and
That
it's
makes
inaccessible.
sense.
I didn't know that,
So you
dude.
don't mess up your shirt.
Ugh.
Right.
I hate
Alex-
imagining you guys going in there and
Yeah.
jigging out your fucking junk and just
Yeah.
spraying the shit and pushing and then like dripping it and then putting it back,
Yeah.
not
Putting it
wanting to get
back.
on your business suit or whatever.
Yeah, it's like
That's fucking
That's
disgusting.
now that you explain it like
I
that's
mean,
a lot.
yeah,
Jesus.
it
Like,
does
do you-
plop out.
Are they
What do you
pull-
think we're doing?
Are
Like,
you
this,
pulling the balls out too to just
No,
let them
it's
hang?
just
Jesus.
it's just.
why are you talking about it like we're lassoing it onto a stall and we're just taking a piss?
Fucking
Like,
no.
yeehaw, got it.
I don't like that.
Alex, which does seem like he'd be the only one who uses it properly, right? Doesn't he look like the guy?
Yeah, Alex follows the instructions of the kid.
Yeah, Alex read the instructions on the briefs behind it. Oh my god.
Oh, good one,
Alright,
Alex.
well-
What's up?
Well, you said you got one more, right? Give us one more question.
Do you guys crinkle or fold your toilet paper?
Crinkle.
Crinkle, absolutely.
Oh, when you wipe.
My grandpa got mad at me one
I fold.
time.
I'm a
He
Luke.
told
I'm a
me to
folder.
fold.
Yeah.
Fold?
I'm a
Yeah.
folder.
Yeah, I'm a baller. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
Whoa, that's a
A
different.
baller's kind of risky because you don't know where the edges are and you could kind of like go through, you know?
But that's the
Really?
fun
That's
of it.
interesting.
That's the fun of it.
Yeah, you never know.
But
You
I have
gotta
a
wash your
bidet. I have a
hands.
bidet at home.
I
Oh,
did
yeah,
too.
bidet.
I did too.
It's fucked up my travel life because when you have a bidet,
Right.
all you
Yeah, I
want to do
know.
is get back home when you're traveling.
That's true.
And you-
Really?
and
It's
you-
like that.
I wiped my
It's
ass
that- it's that
recently.
big, yeah.
Wiped my ass recently. No bidet situation. I
It's
was like,
hard.
I am a savage.
Savage, yes.
Like I just felt because I just got used to the bidet.
Yeah.
You know, and then now I just like I can't go back. I can't go back. All right, thanks for calling, brother. We got let's
Thanks,
just take
Alex.
two
That was
more and I'm gonna wrap it up.
Great questions.
Last two. Let's should we get Dr. Susia? She's pretty good, right?
Yeah,
Let's get Dr.
Susia.
Susia.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
You're muted still. All right, let's try. You're gonna try
What's
someone
that
new.
name right there? But why male models?
Okay. yeah. Let's do this. That's a good one. But why male models?
Yo, what up? Hello?
Nice.
Hey.
What's good, bro?
Hey, what's up? First time caller. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
So I got a couple things for you guys. Have you guys heard of the Korean Englishman?
Korean Englishman.
It's a YouTube channel.
Oh yes. Where they try in the UK, they give UK kids like Korean snacks.
Oh,
and,
chai.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I actually discovered him many years ago, but it wasn't until recently that I actually started really binging his shit.
Right.
But I just really appreciate that like someone who's like very far removed from like Korean culture like took a liking to it and like is showing the entire UK like what the food is all about. And I was wondering like Roy, would you ever do a collaboration with him?
Yeah, do you know about this guy? He's actually huge on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah,
He
I've
does
seen
stuff
him.
with like celebrities too, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
He did the Spider-Man, like he did like when the Spider-Man movie came out. He sat down with the whole cast and introduced them.
That's
and
right.
Why
stuff.
do white people
Yeah, I mean,
who like
yeah,
Asian girls look exactly the same? They always have that look.
I mean, no. It's I'll say though, like it's great because I've seen the where he's sitting with the Spider-Man cast and stuff. What I like about it is actually the reception of like the UK people he's like trying this out with. It's been pretty like for the most part positive. They're not like grossed out by shit.
I love those reenactions.
They're like willing to, they think it's good actually.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing against that.
His guests to like if there's something that they don't like, to be honest about it. Like they don't have to. They shouldn't feel pressured to try to like everything that's being presented to them.
Nah, I agree. I like people who are highly opinionated about like foods, right? Like David Chang, like people could be like David Chang snobby or whatnot, but he doesn't like certain shit, and he's like aggressive about it on his show.
He has takes.
He has takes on it, and I actually prefer that. You don't have to like everything, like things, you know. And I want to hear. Sometimes you want to hear someone not liking some shit too,
like him not liking Chamoe.
That one is a popular opinion.
I have a problem with that one. Really? No, it's close to my heart.
But
no, this
leads into a little other thing about food that I hopefully we can get over. I'm kind of done with the era of us explaining our food. Because I don't know why Asians have to explain their food to people.
Let's talk about it.
True.
And it just seems like we're far away from that era. Like Mexican dudes don't explain enchiladas to like,
you ain't even have to. It's just like, but why do we feel the need?
Why do we feel the need?
Because I think it's when people already approach Asian food, they feel a foreignness to it already.
Yeah.
Do we feel ashamed of our food?
No,
just because of from growing up as a kid?
I don't think we're instigating it, but it definitely is something that is still very prevalent, where people come and they ask as if they don't know anything or didn't do any research or anything, and then we feel like we have to explain everything. It's like, just eat the fucking thing.
And that makes it
do you like it or not? Yeah.
And that makes it further from the normalizing.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Like you come to the Korean restaurant, just give them panchan. Don't explain.
Don't explain.
I mean, I used to get in trouble for smelling food. Did your parents ever regulate you on that?
Well, how close what's the proximity of your nostril to the food, though?
That's a point. There's a spoonful of something and you smell the spoon and you're not cooking. There could be an issue there.
Fuck up, bro.
No, but I used to get in trouble for that. My parents, whatever, when I smell the food at the dinner table or something like that.
JL would do that, man. He'd take it and he'll goddamn like the sauce would be right on his nose, just like this.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I don't want it. And it's not it's not the type of smell like. It's like you're like checking it or something. That shit got me. Always felt a certain type of way when people did that around me a little bit. You know,
I loved it. You know, that's so funny because I remember when my dad was cooking. Now that I think about it, he would always be like "mappa," you know, which means "oh, try it. What's it taste like?" He didn't give a fuck what I thought. He just wanted to let me have that feeling of being like kind of involved in the cooking process. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a little salty.
Yeah.
In the face, you know?
Yeah. My dad used to beat me with a spoon.
Yeah.
Yo, thanks for calling, though. Is there anything else? You good?
Bye.
Two more quick things. Real quick, Minority Report.
People really love this game. I don't know why. Like, I've been trying to remove it off of her programming, but
I'm gonna say
Taiwanese.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
Let me go last.
Or Korean, maybe.
Yeah, he sounds Korean just because he was so polite.
I might say Chinese.
He is polite.
He's very polite. He said real quickly 16 times.
And he said 2 times.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 more.
No, he's like, yo, I have one more question just real quickly. No, just real quick. Just real quick, what's the minority report? And just you being that kind of like yamjane and kind of, I don't know, there's this Koreanness.
Oh, no, I feel
like I'm gonna say white.
Say kimchi jjigae.
Say kimchi jjigae.
Come on.
That sounded Korean.
Oh, he's Korean.
But I will say,
he said it with a sustained pedal, bro.
No, but all the Korean callers we've had have been always stonery. This one's like, he's alert.
He's alert.
This one's alert. But most Korean callers we've had take fucking forever to ask a goddamn question. Like, when he said 2 quick things, I believe that he's gonna do it quickly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I say you're Korean. Final answer.
Wow.
You are correct.
Let's go.
It's got that vibe, yeah.
Every other Korean caller we have is fucking slow as fuck to ask a question. I go crazy. It's insane.
Real quick, in 10 seconds, can you just briefly explain what your screen name means?
It's from Zoolander.
God.
Yeah. That's right.
And also, I'm really sorry. Okay, but Lush One and Plex Rock. What's your relationship with them right now? Like, have you kept in touch with them?
No, I haven't. I mean, I remember Lush back in the day. Like, he was hosting all the Grind Time battles. Yeah, so I have no problem.
That's how I discovered you, man.
Yeah, I haven't talked to them in a while, but I'm sure they're doing fine. Yeah, we follow each other.
That's good.
That's good, man. It just shows you.
All right, man. Hey, thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right, we'll take one last call. Call it a wrap.
I met the real Zoolander.
Oh, who? Ben Stiller? Or
no, the guy that is.
Is it based off of somebody?
Yeah, it's based off a real dude. Yeah, it's based off a real dude. He's from here in LA.
What was he like?
He was cool. He was older.
Did he seem like?
Yeah, I've met him at Cafe Stella in Silver Lake. Yeah, I think he was managing the bar. I think.
Yeah. What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Does he make those faces?
No, he was pretty chill that night, but he did dress. He did dress with layers.
Yeah,
there were layers.
He's a model. He's a model guy.
Interesting.
Let me see what we got. Let's take one more.
Is Dr. Susia still in the waiting room, or?
She's in the waiting room, but
No, she's always having some technical issues.
Okay.
Let's get. Why don't you pick one right here, Roy, off this list of names?
I've been looking at that Breakers or Jalapeno Funk.
Jalapeno.
Funk.
Wait, let's do let's do Breakers because we get jalapeno a lot. Yeah, he calls in a lot. He tries to do a joke on us all the time. All right, that's fine. Doesn't hurt. His jokes don't hurt, but what's up, Breakers?
Hello. Can you always hear me?
Yeah, Breaker 19.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
Yep. What's on your mind?
Question for Roy Choi.
Okay.
Basically, Roy, you cook and you think of a menu. Who are you cooking for? Obviously, you got to balance this identity you have as a Korean American, and then your palate and the food that you're creating is more towards the American audience. Like, have you ever created a dish where you wish you could have been more old school Korean, but you couldn't? Or do you feel like you straddled that line pretty well?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm in a position now where I cook whatever the hell I want to cook. And people can either eat it or not, but that's all done with love. I've I've reached a place where I can just cook without any rules or borders or barriers, and I can mix things together, and like I can just do whatever I want. So there was a time when I was coming up, of course, you're trying to tailor things, or you're trying to understand the audience, or you're trying to impress people. But I've kind of moved beyond all of that.
And I think naturally, just because of your Korean background, you're going to implement Korean food, right? That's not like because people expect that from you.
No, but it's also I cook whatever I think is going to be the most delicious thing for that moment, like because I've trained enough to where I can cook a whole French meal. I can cook a hamburger for you. I can cook, a mix of Korean, anything. But whatever I think is going to be right for that moment.
Yeah. I mean, and to be honest, like Korean food has had the moment in the last couple of years. So it's kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like, could you make a Squid Game related thing?
Those things I'm not good at. I'm not really good at those like viral
food
TikTok gimmicky, like, can you do this thing that we can get a lot of press on. I'm horrible at
Do you ever see any like the TikTok Korean food stuff and you actually like are just judgmental about it? You're like, I don't know about that one. Or
No, but I do hate the way that a lot of the TikTok cooking videos are now, because they're all the same. It's that chopping sound.
Right. Yeah,
the frames, all the frame fast cuts.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that shit.
I guess
I really hate it. It's a weird thing to have a pet peeve over, but
I hate it too. I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's that easy, huh?
Yeah, it's that easy.
It's that easy. 30 seconds and I have a meal in front of me.
I'm not even gonna lie. Some of those calculations aren't even right,
They're
bro.
not right,
You know what I mean? Like you look at it and the color's not even right, man. But we let it slide. Whatever.
All right.
Requiem for a dream shit.
I would love from all y'all.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What's y'all's take on modern day Korean food and putting sugar on everything, and like Doritos being sweet?
Yo, fuck that, man.
No, what do you mean? No, but isn't that I don't really cook, so you guys can answer that. But isn't that always been a thing with sugar?
No, it just reminded me of the fucking corn dog.
Oh yeah, it's the corn dog. Yeah, we bring it full circle.
And then they rub the sugar on that joint. I don't need it.
Is that what you mean, or
your parents?
But I don't think it's in the cooking so much, but definitely. The chip game in Korea is too sweet.
It is sweeter. Yeah,
it is too sweet. The Cheetos,
they go for more sweet than like the savory thing.
Cheetos sweet.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed in Korea, like their panchons are also still sweeter than what I eat.
They're using corn syrup for a lot of stuff.
Oh, they do love sweets. Yeah.
I think Korean, like our hot sauce is salty sour. In Korea, it's like hot sweet.
But the weird thing is they don't like desserts. but they eat sweet, savory food, which is weird.
Damn, that's fucking weird.
Sometimes they'll throw the sweet savory. Yeah, even in the pastry shops, you'll get like the sausage and cheese croissant that's sweet. Yeah.
Cheese and sausage.
It's like this weird thing where the dots don't connect fully, and everything is like,
But I wonder if that's because we grew up eating the Korean food our grandparents ate, right? Like the Korean food I hear from like the 50s, 60s or something, whatever it is. Or if it's because it's more Asian American, like it's Americanized in a way. Like I wonder which of the two, or maybe it's a mix of all that, right? And then in Korea, what makes that, does that become the real traditional Korean food over there now?
Right.
Yeah, like how I like to see it is like I'm right and you're wrong. Yes. That's how I like to judge my palate.
I'm not used to this. It's not good.
But I think what you're touching on culturally is that in Korea they eat such traditional foods. Like when they go out for snacks and fun foods, they want that sweet flavor. Whereas us in America, we're exposed to all of these flavors at all times. That we're just like, I want my chips to be salty and I want this and that. But over there, like
that's true.
they're oppressed.
That's
Damn, the palate is oppressed.
Yeah, the palate.
Yo, you dropped so many gems.
He called food romantic. Food is oppressed. Oh wow.
Okay, well, thanks for calling. Appreciate it.
Thanks, folks.
Yeah, that was a delicious episode, guys.
I'm hungry now.
Broken Bread season 2 on KCET right now.
So
like I said, the 3rd episode is airing tonight.
Yeah.
On KCET. We love KCET.
Come on.
We love KCET.
Yeah.
I grew
Public
up on
television.
KCET.
It's great.
Yeah. Huell Hauser.
Huell Hauser. California legend. Huell Hauser. Some may call Roy the new Huell Hauser. But Roy, we love you. Thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah.
And not even just
always making the time,
and not even just Broken Bread, but of course you can catch up with plenty of episodes of the Chef Show right now on Netflix. We got The Sauce and Costco. Roy doing a lot right now, bro. You got High Notes, this new project you're doing. It's like a mixtape you're doing, like a little mixtape project.
How does one join the flavor company? That's what I want to know.
Yeah. No, he's killing it. Love you, Roy. Is there anything else you want to tell us, or?
No, I love being here. I'm always available for y'all, and I'll get a Hyung dinner up on deck soon.
And
Oppa dinner.
It's okay to have our space too. All right. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yo, if you catch Roy in one of those billboards, take a picture, tag him in it, man. Show him some love. You know what I mean?
All right. Shout out Rick and our host Steffie, and of course Alex. Tune in next week for another episode of Fun with Dumb. Peace, y'all.